Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and we are going to be starting Forbidden Psalm. Now this is one of the games that I've wanted to bring to the channel since I sort of started a long time ago. It's one of those games that's always been put back and delayed on the schedule because new games have been released, and to get views and subs I need to kind of focus on the new games for those initial views as I'm building the channel. But I'm kind of getting fed up putting these games off because there are, I would say, at least 7 or 8 games that I really want to feature on the channel, and I think it's time we did that. So we are bringing Forbidden Psalm to the channel, and I think to begin with we'll be doing I think it's going to be a 5-part series. This first video I'm just gonna, like I'm doing now, introducing the game, creating my warband, and then in the other 4 videos I'm actually planning to go through a campaign. Now most videos that I see where people start Forbidden Psalm, they play the campaign in the main book or in the expansion, in the Footsteps of the Mad Wizard, which I do have. I haven't printed yet, because these books, they use a lot of ink. I had to print mine spread format just to kind of save some ink. But yeah, what I'll be doing is actually a campaign brought to us by Bestiarum Miniatures. One of only 2 companies that I actually back on Patreon. Again, my gaming budget is limited, so I can only afford to back 2 companies on Patreon. I wish I could back more. But Bestiarum, when they release their monthly Patreon sets, if you have the higher tier, which obviously is more expensive, which I don't do, they normally include 5th edition and Forbidden Psalm adventures, which feature the models that they are releasing that month. However, when you join the Bestiarum Patreon, you actually get some of these adventures for free. Yeah, the welcome pack includes a whole bunch of miniatures and some adventures, 5th edition and Forbidden Psalm, to use with those miniatures. And that's what we're going to be featuring in this first series. So in this video, we're going to have just a quick talk about Forbidden Psalm, and then we're going to create the warband for that campaign. Burial Isle, and I think it's Rise of the Jailer. So once we're done with this video, don't forget to go and watch those. Okay, so Forbidden Psalm is a miniature game based on a very grim, dark horror universe, which is kind of introduced with the Mork Borg RPG. It's designed in the same style, that very chaotic design, very colorful, chaotic, random text, random layout design, which we kind of saw with Mork Borg. This was done by KRD Designs, by Kevin Rahman Daltrey, I think his name is. And it's fully compatible with Mork Borg, but this is a miniatures version, a skirmish game version. You can get hard copies from Exalted Funeral, but the PDF you can get at DriveThruRPG. There is a link in the description below. Now, I'm not going to go over how to play in this video. What we'll do is, as we play the game, you will see how the rules work, and I'll kind of explain what I'm doing. But if you do want a video on, how to play the game, I highly recommend Cement Saul's video on YouTube. Again, I'll put a link in the description. His video is perfect for learning the game. So I'm not going to just repeat what he did and do it in my own style. There's no point in this case. I think Cement Saul covers that base. But as we play the game, I will be explaining what I'm doing. Now, this game may not be for everybody. The art style and also some of the contents is mature in nature. The art style, I'm kind of in 2 minds about it. I mean, I like the creativity. I like the sort of uniqueness of this Mork Borg Forbidden Psalm design style, but sometimes it's very hard to read and difficult to actually see what's going on and what things mean. So in my point of view, and again, this is just my personal opinion, I think there are positives and negatives regarding the actual design of the book. But I do applaud, again, initially Mork Borg and now Forbidden Psalm with this sort of style. It really does make it stand out from the competition. What else? Printing. Yeah, if you're planning to print the PDF, be aware it is going to use a lot of ink. I did ask on the Facebook group, I did ask Kevin, the designer, whether there was a print-friendly version, and he said that he's working on it. I mean, that was a while ago, so I don't know whether it's still being done. Mork Borg did come out with an ink-friendly version that you can get. I think it's on itch. But yeah, I would actually really like to have an ink-friendly version of this, and also the Mad Wizard expansion, because I haven't printed that one yet. Like I say, it's going to take a lot of ink. But yeah, it's a mature rule set in terms of the theme, in terms of what's inside. But the rules are very simple. It's a very simplistic rule set. But again, that may appeal to certain gamers. It may not appeal to other gamers. But it is a very simple rule set, and hopefully as we play through the campaign, you will get to see. But I do highly recommend this game. It is a lot of fun. It is very deadly. Again, as we play the campaign, you'll probably see deaths amongst the warband. What else? Yeah, another thing I need to mention is that the campaign that I'll be doing is not set in the same world or universe as the ones in the Forbidden Psalm book. So we don't have the wizard, oh God, what's his name? Again, if I'm trying to read this, I can't read this. I need to reference it down below. Vriprix, the wizard Vriprix. Yeah. The campaign that I'll be doing from Bestiarum, it's actually based in their own world, a world called Doaden. And a lot of their adventures, 5th edition and Forbidden Psalm, are based in that world, in its own world, but using the Forbidden Psalm rules. I think, like I mentioned earlier, these adventures are available if you have the higher tier Patreon, which I can't afford at the moment, but you can purchase them later. I think it's on my Mini Factory. So they are available, but like I say, the ones that I'll be covering are the ones that you get in the welcome pack when you join the Patreon. Right, like I say, if you want to learn how to play the rules, Cement Saul has an amazing video, link in the description. I'm just now going to continue in this video by creating my warband, showing you the figures that I'll be using, and then in the next video, we will start the campaign. Burial Isle and Rise of the Jailer. So, come back in a couple of seconds and I will start creating my warband. Also, if you enjoy my videos, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Doesn't cost anything, but really helps me. Thank you very much in advance. Let's get to Warband Creation. All right, we are going to create our warband. Fairly simple to do. There are 7 steps here. Number 1, select 5 models to use. I'm going to do that in a little bit. Step 2, assign each model a name. Here you've got D100 names and D100 titles, so good idea to do both. Step 3, allocate stats. Now stats are fairly simple in that you have a choice of 2 stat lines. You select one or the other and then allocate the stats to these 4 statistics or abilities. I'll probably do that afterwards. Health points, hit points is 8 plus toughness. Okay, what else have we got? Disadvantage of printing spread. Right, roll a floor for each model, roll a feat for each model, that's 4 and 5, so you've got a positive and a negative element to your character. Step 6, spend your 50 gold on equipment. I'll probably do that off camera and then present it to you. And then step 7, select a spellcaster and roll for scrolls. Well, I think what I'll do is I'll do all of the rolling here, but everything else I will do off camera, put onto the character sheet, dum dum dum, all nice and tidy, and then present to you afterwards. But let us begin by rolling up 5 names. So we have names and titles. What I'm thinking is I'll roll up 5 names, 5 titles, and then match them in terms of which titles go best with the names kind of thing. Or we can do it totally random. I think I'll do it that way. So, for Warband member number 1, their name is 79. So 79 is Reed. Okay. Number 2, name is 36. 36. Oh God. Moti. Hey, my pencil just broke. Lovely. Right. Number 3. We have number 1, Danbert. Oh God. Danbert. Number 4, we got, that was a 5, 35. 35 is Andy. Andy Pandy. And then number 5, our 5th member, their name is 79. Didn't I just roll that? I did, I rolled that. Let's try again. We got 23. Skinflint. Okay, Skinflint. All right. Now what I'm going to do is roll up the titles and kind of just put them where I think they fit best or where they sound best. So the first title we're getting is 83. 83, I don't understand. Yeah, I don't. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I don't understand. Forget that. I'm going to ignore that. We got a 32. 32. The Saintly. Danbert the Saintly. Andy the Saintly. I think Andy the Saintly probably sounds the best. Danbert the Saintly. Moti the Saintly. Danbert. I think Danbert. So it's Danbert the Saintly. Okay. I've got to try and find models for these afterwards. We have 89, the King of the Wastes. That's going to be Moti, I think. Moti, the King of the Wastes. Okay. Good. Next one. We get 20. The smelly. Skinflint. It's got to be Skinflint the Smelly. It's got to be. Now, what I'm also thinking of doing in terms of the floors and the feats, I'll also roll them random, and I'm going to assign them, because the thing is, I think there is a floor where you've got like putrid smell. That would just fit so well with the guy's name here. So that's what I'm thinking. Right, I've got 2 left to do. We got 50 is the Thankless. Reed the Thankless, Andy the Thankless. Well, these are the last 2, so I'll put the Thankless, and the last one, 80. The Fire Wizard. Okay, well, one of these guys is going to be the wizard then. Andy the Fire Wizard, Reed the... Okay, so I think it's going to be Andy the Thankless. And Reed the Fire Wizard. Now the thing is, when I allocate a spellcaster, I have to roll for scrolls. I don't get to choose the scrolls, unfortunately. But if we're lucky, he will get fire spells. Right, so that is the names done. Now we have to allocate stats. And I think, again, before I do that, I might do the floor and feet first. I think I'll do this. I think I'll do the stats off camera once everything's done. I think I'll do all the rolling on camera and do everything else off camera. So what we'll do is we'll now roll the floors. Now I'm thinking, again, if I just roll the floors and then think about who I give them to, I think it's going to make for better storytelling maybe. So I think I'm going to roll 5 floors and then allocate to who I think would be best. I think that's what I'm going to do. Right. So for that, we're going to need a D20. So I'll put here floors. So the first floor we've got is 17. Scared of monsters. I mean, would that fit anybody at the moment? Doesn't really match anything at the moment. It's okay. I don't necessarily need to match. I'm just thinking in terms of things like putrid smell, that would definitely match. We get an 8. Malnutrition. Okay. Could be the wastes, maybe, and the wastes, malnutrition, maybe. Possibly. Right, 3 more. We get 9. Scared of heights. Okay, 2 more. 8 again. I'm going to roll it again. I don't want to have the same thing twice, kind of thing. 20. Newbie. Do not pick a feat. Oh no. That's not good. And 2. Gammy foot. Minus 1 to movement. Okay, so for the feats, I've only got to roll 4. I mean, should I? Let's allocate the floors first. Now, who's going to be the newbie? Possibly Andy. Yeah. So floor. He's going to be the newbie. So no feet. Reed. Uri, Morty, Danbert, and Skinflint. Okay, so Gammy Foot. And the Gammy Foot could be the Skinflint, the Smelly. I think I'll do that. So he's got the Gammy Foot. Okay. Scared of heights, scared of monsters, and malnutrition. I think the Wastes guy, King of the Wastes, could possibly make sense with malnutrition. Okay. Scared of monsters, scared of heights. I think this guy will be scared of monsters. And then this guy. Scared of heights. Okay. Sorry about my handwriting. It just seems to, I don't know, you could do it completely random, but I think this kind of makes a little bit more sense. And then we've got the feet. Now we've only got 4 feet because Andy the Thankless doesn't have a feat. So we've only got to roll 4 times, right? So we've got a 13. Clawed nails. Replace fists with claws. Okay. Next, 11, Scavenger. Okay. Next, what we do in the shadows. Ooh. Vampire. And the last one, 12, Bark Skin. Right, so let's have a think. Skinflint the Smelly with the Gammy Foot could be the Scavenger, or the King of the Wastes guy could be the Scavenger. But he could also maybe what we do in the shadows. Model can heal by drinking the blood of others. Make a melee attack and heal damage dealt. Model cannot be healed by any other means. That won't be Dan, but Reed, I doubt it. But again, what's Reed gonna have? Scavenger maybe? Because I'm thinking that Skinflint could have the Scavenger. Because I'm thinking that he was an ex-beggar or something. So I think Skinflint will have Scavenger. Again, I'm trying to create a story around what they've got. So that clawed nails, I don't think would be the saint. I think the saintly guy will probably have bark skin. Or should I give him the what we do in the shadows, the vampiric thing, to sort of offset his saintly title? No, it doesn't make sense. Okay, so for this guy, we'll give bark skin. Okay. Now, Reed the Fire Wizard and Urimoti the King of the Wastes. We've got clawed nails and what we do in the shadows. I think the wizard could be that bloodsucker. So, feet, what we do in shadows. So he's the bloodsucker, and then Urimoti has the clawed nails. Replace fists with claws, d6 agility based. Okay. All right, so we have the names, we have the floors and the feats. Next up, again, I had to print it like this again because of the colours. Right, so we've done the floors and feats. We've got to select the models. Again, once I've done everything, I'll find models for these, and I think for the equipment as well, I'll try and find the models I think will fit these, and I will allocate and buy equipment based on the models I'm going to use, so I'll leave that. But we can do the last one here, select a spellcaster and roll for scrolls. So Reed is going to be the spellcaster. I mean, he is the fire wizard after all. And we've got to roll for scrolls. Scrollsy. Here we go. So you start off with 2 random scrolls, 1 clean and 1 unclean. So our scrolls, clean and unclean. Again, I'll put all this nicely onto a Warband sheet off camera. I'll find the models, paint them if they're not painted, and get them ready. Right, so the scrolls we have to roll for. Now, Golden Flair could be nice based on his title. What else? Flaming Hands could be appropriate. Ride the Lightning possibly. Let's see what we get. So this is a D10. Okay, so the clean scroll is a 2. Will of the Optimistic. Target model adds an extra D6 to the next test they make. Ooh, that could be quite useful. Will of the Optimistic. Optimistic. That's spelled right? Yep, good enough. Now the unclean. Right, I want a 1 or possibly a 9. I think that's what I want. Whether I'm going to get that is another matter. Oh, perfect. So the unclean is Flaming Hands of Saint Vilmerex. Caster hurls a ball of fire at an enemy it can see, dealing d6 damage, cruel, which means it always does at least 1 damage. Oh, this was beautiful. I'm not editing it. This is what I rolled. Amazing. So the fire wizard actually has the fire spell. Brilliant. So it is the... Let's write this down. Oh, that's really nice. Okay. Flaming Hands of Saint Vilmerex. Okay. Right, I have got everything I need to actually create the warband. Like I say, there's a few things I'm going to do off camera. I'm going to select the models, I'm going to allocate the stats, and I'm going to get the equipment. But that's all going to be based on the models I get. So I will do that off camera, and what I'll do is we'll do the pause. When I come back, I'll show you the completed warband with the figures. Okay, warband is done. It is complete. I have the miniatures all painted and ready. I've assigned stats, equipment, and weapons. We've got the dice done. We've got our omen cards all printed out and nicely backed up and ready to go. There you go. Yeah, all ready to go. I'm probably going to use them a lot. Right, now, we did have a bit of luck with our Reed, the Fire Wizard. We rolled up his title as being the Fire Wizard, and then when we rolled up his scrolls, we got the Flaming Hands, which is coincidentally great. We also had a little bit of coincidental greatness when we did the warband name. Now, I did find online a forbiddenpsalm warband name generator. The first time I rolled it up, not good at all. It was something like the Triumph. The warband name was the Triumph. Nah. I did it again. I re-rolled it. And the random generator gave me the Naughty Guild of Ones. Yeah, very applicable to me, very appropriate to me, and I kept that one. So this is the Naughty Guild of Ones, my warband for the upcoming campaign of Burial Isle and Rise of the Jailer by Bestiarum Miniatures. So we will end the video with a slideshow featuring each of the warband members, and you can see their stats, their equipment, and a pretty picture of the painted miniature that I'm going to be using. So guys, before we show that, thank you very much for watching. Please take a moment to like and subscribe. Would really appreciate that. Doesn't cost anything, does me a big favor. After this, we will go into the gameplay videos. I have 4 planned. Yep, 4 planned, if this warband can survive. So make sure you continue and watch those afterwards. So guys, thank you very much. Take care of yourselves, stay safe, and I introduce to you the Naughty Guild of Ones.